Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Bahzad.
My name is Risa.
And we are here from Naked and Famous Denim for the weekly Naked and Famous Denim Raw Denim live stream. Perhaps, not perhaps, it is the greatest live stream in the history of all live streaming streams across history and time on the internet. Welcome. We're streaming live from Yokohama, Japan, the intergalactic space headquarters of Naked and Famous Denim. And today we're going to talk to you about all things, of course, raw denim related, only raw denim related, and perhaps you'll try to get me off topic just a little bit. Maybe a rant or two. Welcome, everybody. It's going to be a good show. We've prepared lots, obviously, to talk about, as we do every single week here. Very organized live stream. We're going to check in with the chat. See where everybody's checking in from. As you guys know, we are broadcasting live from Yokohama here in Japan. I see BD is in the house. The producer is here. Welcome, welcome.
He's back.
He's back. He had a break last week. He checked in. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But
he's back. Here for the best part of the week, besides seeing my wife every day, that is.
Aww.
Nice save, BD. Nice save. Sierra Kilo Bravo. Rocking my weird guy dirty fades, enjoying a whiskey. Happy Friday. Nice. I'm also rocking my dirty fades right now, and I'm enjoying a delicious coffee in my Snoopy mug.
Yeah. Today I'm rocking a cat milk mug.
I love this mug. Look at this beautiful mug with cats drinking so mama's milk. What a lovely mug. Oh yeah, on the back of my mug it also has this. On this side, I'm not worth a thing before my coffee break.
Yeah. I
drink a lot of coffee, by the way. 3 cups a day at least. Maybe more. But
it's fine.
Yeah, that's the normal amount of coffee. We have Feronius. Good to see you. Hello from New Mexico, USA. Wearing my UB143 skinny fits. Unbranded brand represented here. Good to see you. Destiny Rat Title. Hello from St. Paul, Minnesota, Florida. Welcome, Johnny Cronhorn. Good Minnesota, to see you.
Florida?
Minnesota. Did I say Minnesota? St. Paul, Minnesota.
USA.
USA. I don't know.
You read USA. Well, you saw USA. You read Florida.
Florida is USA.
Basically. Yeah.
Colin Cronenberg, hello. Writes W5, hello from Birmingham, UK. Elephant X, 4 days in a row here.
Nice.
Good to see you. I hope they're keeping you nice and cozy. It's probably still cold out there. Colin Cronenberg, hello from Fort Worth, Texas. The great state of Texas is here. Everything is bigger in Texas, I hear. Nose Coast BBQ, hello. Hi from the Netherlands. Hello, and you may have heard Snowy in the background. He's saying hello. He may make an appearance here on the live stream. You never can tell. Here he is. He's coming. He's coming. You're going to see him. You see that shadow in the corner? Here he comes. All right, everybody. We've got Topher Cobra. I'm enjoying a windy afternoon here in California in my trusty Firebirds. Welcome. We've got KMX tuning in from Calgary, Alberta, fading my black comfort. Please, no spoilers for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, everybody. All right. I definitely won't spoil anything. And
is it the game?
Yeah. So, as far as I know, another Final Fantasy VII remake game has come out. And they seem to keep remaking this game.
But there's a surprise in, there's a storyline?
Don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it exists. That's just... And you know how I know? Joe Vaughn, from the Tate and Yoko team, he put a post on his Instagram where I guess he got the game. And so I saw him like Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, oh, I guess they made a new one. I'm like, don't, and I just kept feeling like they keep making new ones of these. Anyways.
I don't know.
I can't.
There are tons of Final Fantasies, right?
There's, yeah. But each Final Fantasy game is its own story.
Right.
But Final Fantasy VII is very beloved. And so I just feel like they keep making Final Fantasy VII stuff lately.
What is the one that was that came out when PlayStation
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay.
That's the big one.
I have played that actually because my dad got it in a golf tournament or something like that. like a company prize kind of thing. And we got the PlayStation 1 and Final Fantasy 7, I guess.
Okay.
And me and my sister tried to like play it at home. It's not my type of game. It's not. It's like I want to play, Mario. I'm gonna scroll sideways.
Right. I want to do stuff. I don't want to look for stuff to do. I'm not a big RPG guy. The only RPG I really played a lot was Chrono Trigger. I played the crap out of that game. What else did I play?
It's not instantly like exciting.
Yeah, it takes a while. Once you get caught into the story, it's more interesting. But yeah, after that, I'm not. I just don't play a lot of RPG games. What else did I play a lot? I played Persona 5 a lot. I never finished it. I got lost at some point and I never got back into it. That's me with RPGs. Play it, get lost, never pick it up again. Oh, that's Pokemon is an RPG. I played a lot of Pokemon.
Is it?
Oh yeah, Pokemon is definitely an RPG.
Okay.
Anyhow, a little off topic there for you. Okay, let's check in with the chat again. See where else we're going. See, you got me. It's easy to get me off topic. Very easy. Invis Ian's DC is in the house. Loose. I'm gonna call it. I don't know how to say this. But hey, what's up, guys? Just ordered the Pickle Rick Firewall and Chore Coat. How are you guys doing? We're doing just fine, and we hope that you enjoy your new purchase. Kenny Ingram, greetings from Winnipeg, Manitoba, in my Sky High Selvedge for the Indigo Invitational and my Hickory Stripe Chore Coat this beautiful evening. Nice. Fantastic.
Sky High for Indigo Invitational.
That's a good choice. Yeah. I'm gonna try and adjust my blinds here because it's got a little bright all of a sudden. Whoa, it's too bright. It's too bright. It's still too bright. Hold on. I'm fixing it. Is that better? Better. So. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Snowy's here. Look who it is. Anna Brown. Hail, adventurers. My Sea Island Cotton Weird guys are quickly becoming my new favorites every day. Go-to jeans, checking in from Cleveland, Ohio. The great state of Ohio and the great city of Cleveland, famous for LeBron James. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron James. And crippling depression. That's a joke. There was this video a long time ago that was like the tourism of Cleveland. And it's like a 15-year-old YouTube video, and me and Garrett we just love that video. We always watch it. It's kind of like it's a joke.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, you've probably seen it. Who remembers that video? Anyways, you guys let me know. Okay, there's a lot of chats coming through. If I missed you, welcome to the chat. We're glad to have you here. Chief Miggy writes, going to break in my Easy Guy 10th anniversary in the late spring, the 10th anniversary in the late spring or when summer starts to give a break to these Blue Owl Naked Famous 15th anniversary jeans. Right on. Here's a fun fact. We had a little bit of, we found some, we have the Dead Stock series. So we had some of the 10th anniversary denim. We had some in the warehouse. We had some real gold selvage in the warehouse. So I'm redoing those. So those are going to be coming probably around holiday season again. But yeah, anyways, when we put them out, we'll put them out maybe like a similar deal that we had last, Black Friday? I think it was Black Friday, not Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving. Anyhow, there'll be some promotion with it when we have it available for the fall. So just be aware that I've got plans all the way into the future. A lot of good stuff coming. But yeah, there will be a Pedro writes 10th anniversary True Guy. Yes, 10th anniversary True Guy. Mind you, it won't have the 10th anniversary leather patch. It'll have like the standard Naked Famous Denim logo patch.
Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't be 10th anniversary jeans either.
Right, I'm not calling it 10th anniversary, but it is the same fabric. Yeah. What did I call it? I called it 10 something. 10-fold selvage. Because it was our 10-year anniversary made with 10 different cotton origins. So 10 different cottons from 10 different countries with a 10 color Selvedge ID. So yeah, that'll be coming in the fall. Kevin Gill, any plans on a flagship store here in Southern California? No plans at the moment, at least no immediate plans. Snowy, why don't you just take a seat here? There you go. No immediate plans, but I think California would be a nice home for a Naked and Famous Denim store one day.
Especially Southern
California. Snowy's really aggressive today.
Okay.
Patrick Sanchez, what's going on, everyone? Tuning in from Northern Ontario, wearing my Naked and Famous Blue Owl 10th Anniversary Midnight Edition, left-hand Twill. A lot of Blue Owl editions in the house. Everyone showing some love for our good friends at Blue Owl Workshop. No Saint says, I have a pair of the 10th Anniversary jeans. They were my first draws. I love them. Well, fantastic. That means you've been with us for 5 years. Thank you. Mm-hmm. The Raven, hello from SoCal, wearing my Josuke Selvedge. Good to see you. All right. Patrick Sanchez also writes, got my 10th and 15th anniversary jeans autographed by Brandon last week. Oh, all right. Did you come into Montreal?
Oh.
Brandon was also in Mexico City.
Yeah.
But maybe Patrick, did you come visit us in Montreal, or did you come across Brandon somewhere while you had those jeans randomly in the trunk of your car? Who knows? I don't know. Okay. I guess that's anyway. A lot of fun questions here.
Nick from Shot is
Nick in the house?
Yeah.
I don't.
Or MIJ 13 for a video we did today at Shop.
Fantastic. Good to see you. My wow, Snowy's really he's all about it today. I put on one of my older Shot jackets recently. Mm-hmm. I outgrew it.
All right, my new jacket.
Risa's new jacket soon. That's true. I was a solid small for a long time, but yeah, I put on also another leather jacket that I had yesterday. There's no chance. Just nothing fits me anymore.
Oh, you are doing a lot of push-ups.
I'm doing a lot of push-ups now.
Like your arms are bigger.
Hopefully you guys noticed my new buff physique. They're gonna buff Bahzad. But yeah, I'm hitting adult puberty and things are changing all over again. What can I say? Guys, sometimes they warn you about regular puberty. Sometimes, depends on what kind of school you go to. And then, you go through those life changes. They put on that Fuzzy Bunny video for you, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's what's going to happen to me. And then you turn 40, and then second puberty hits, and you're like, oh, I see. There is ear hair and stuff. Yeah. What's going on? Nobody told me about that. Fitness is important for mental health. It's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. Helios writes, looking like the buff guy patch. The buff guy patch is actually based on Garrett, who is he's a buff guy. Have you guys seen photos of? I'm just gonna show off Garrett for a second, because Garrett is he's one buff dude. If you haven't noticed, and I'm just gonna show off his bodacious muscles. Because that's what we do on. Look at Garrett over here. Look at this guy. Boom. That's just standing. There's no flexing. That's just standing Garrett.
All that climbing.
All that climbing. He climbs in his raw denim jeans, and he puts in the fades, and he gets buff while doing it. I guess that's him wearing the MIJ 13s. And which is how he got them to fade so beautifully and so quickly. In 4 months, I mean, he'd really transformed those jeans a lot. Mm-hmm. But this is also how he transforms his physique into being
lean, buff.
Yeah, a lean, mean, raw denim fading machine. That's Garrett, the Wizard of 32 ounce, the manager over at Tate and Yoko, and star of the This Week at Tate and Yoko series on YouTube. Hopefully you guys are all checking it out and watching. The Raven writes, damn, I never knew Garrett had it like that. Yeah, he does. Okay. Juan Puedo writes, hologram jacket?
Ooh.
Good topic. Well, let's jump right into that, because that is something that is going to be coming out soon. And by soon, I mean it's coming next week. Let me see if I have it on. I didn't put it up on the website yet, but I'll probably have it up on Monday. I think we're just waiting for the measurements to come back from the team. But if you guys remembers, this bad boy over here, the hologram denim jacket, this, for a while, was actually my white whale. And I thought we didn't have any more of these. I remember we had some of the jeans as samples for the archive, but we didn't have a jacket, and I was kind of annoyed because I remember giving the last jacket away, and when we made it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I had a love-hate relationship with this particular denim, and I guess sort of the thing that happens to a lot of things is time sort of, builds fond memories, and I just absolutely thought it was important for us to have one of these for our archive. And every now and then I'd see one online, or somebody would send me a picture of one on like eBay or some resale site, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to spend that much money on this thing. And then somehow the warehouse guys, right, like before Christmas, they're like, hey, we found this box of old jackets, and there was like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of them in there. I'm like, what the heck? These have been in the warehouse since 2013. So 10 years, we just found a random box of jackets. And so there's like a couple, it's like 10 or so. I took one size large for the archive to keep. And so we're going to make these available for those people who want them. They're going to come out next Friday.
With the left-hand twill.
Yeah, with the left-hand twill sky blue edition. But definitely a very, very weird piece from the Naked and Famous Denim archive.
Wasn't like some artists or
somebody. It was in a music video, and now I don't remember what music video it was. But the guy wore the full suit. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. Anyways, I'll find out by next week. I'll figure out which one it was. But
was it Neon Trees?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have to remember which song it was.
Yeah.
Hold on. If we can, maybe you can. Try to find it. I'll pull it up on YouTube so you guys can see it. But this denim jacket, it's definitely a weird one from our past. You can tell it's an older Naked and Famous Denim jacket because it has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 button design on the front. So a lot of buttons on the front and no side pockets. And it's a slimmer build. So it's a slimmer fit jacket. Definitely a statement piece. There's no question about that. We did make matching jeans for it at the time. This was a Barney's exclusive. So we only sold these at Barney's New York. And in Canada, we made them available at Holt Renfrew. So they had a small batch of these come out there. So this is during the time where we worked very closely with Barney's, and they really just pushed us to create out of this world weird stuff. Like really just as far out as we could possibly go. They were there to support it, and that's how we came up with the hologram denim. And it is a holographic foil baked into an indigo denim, kind of like what we did for the Matrix denim with the leather. So the foil will actually, if you wear it hard enough, it's going to break off and crack off, and then you'll reveal the indigo underneath. That said, just like with the leather denim, it takes some amount of work to do that. And maybe the leather denim is a little bit more approachable as a daily driver, or at least, something you could wear more often.
Yeah.
The hologram denim, you as a daily driver, it takes a special kind of person and attitude to pull that off every day. Certainly if you're, going out to the club or, there's some special event that requires you to be flashy, it's a great jacket for that. Or if you just want a weird piece for the collection. Sometimes you do that. We've certainly bought jackets and garments and items. We're clothing collectors, so we have stuff that is weird and unusual sometimes, and we just buy it because it has an interesting detail. It's definitely not, it's not for everybody, but it's coming. There will be small, medium, large. I don't think we have any XLs, and there's like one double XL. So small, medium, large, something like that.
It's going to be, regardless. Oh, here.
Oh, Risa found it.
Yeah.
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 There we go.
It's Neon Trees Sleeping with a Friend is the song title.
So yeah, he's got the whole suit on there. It looks pretty cool. If you're a performer, an artist, a DJ, a singer or whatever, it's definitely gonna catch some eyes. So, there it is. So we did not provide that. Also,
no.
They definitely, whoever the stylist was, found that at Barney's and was like, that is for us, and they picked it up.
Barney's might have provided them with this. Oh.
Maybe, but we didn't have any association like directly with it.
Is pulling it off.
Oh, absolutely. Pedro writes, that's like the anti-Matrix tux.
I don't know.
I don't know. It might look like you came from the future with that one.
Definitely looks like it came from outer space.
Chief Miggy writes, I had the whole suit, but sold it because it wasn't my size. Chief Miggy writes, glad to know I will be able to buy it in my size. Right. So there won't be many of them, and just be there at release time. It's only going to be available at Tate and Yoko. And somebody says, will there be the 2013 price? I actually don't remember what the 2013 price is, but I put them at $228, which is...
It's a good price for something like that.
It's less than all of our new denim jackets, what a new denim jacket would go for, so...
But this one doesn't have pockets,
This one does not have pockets.
Yeah, so it's the old fit.
Yes, that's right. It'll be available next Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, along with the left-hand twill sky blue edition. So that's going to be next week's release. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. I got a pair behind me that we'll be able to show off and talk about some of those details. Juan Guerrero writes, is there going to be another Sakura Sky jean this year? Not this year.
This year, next year.
Next spring 25.
Yeah.
We're working on
it.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. Some random guy, their username, some guy in the Raw Denim Reddit Discord actually wore the full hologram suit the other day.
Nice.
LOL. Really? I did not see that. That would be pretty cool.
It's kind of interesting that all of this is
popping up.
Yeah.
Cathedral Ring. Imagine a hologram true guy. Those would be like solar panels for your legs. I think it would be the opposite, because this is reflecting light.
Yeah.
Whereas the solar panel wants to inherit the light. Wants to absorb the light. Yeah. Canadian Penny. So about the blue wave pocket flasher in the background picture of the Spring Summer 24 collection. What is that denim? Did it ever come out? The blue wave.
Very keen-eyed.
Yeah, that's a good eye.
Person.
That is the companion to the Ocean's Edge Selvedge. So the Ocean's Edge, we'll show that off today as well, is a rinse-washed denim. So just like what we did with like the Selvedge, we found that we were able to rinse the denim fabric itself instead of rinsing the garment itself. And what that allows us to do is to basically give you the soft feel of a rinsed washed garment without actually having to wash the garment. And personally, I prefer this method of doing things. Number one, you don't have to worry about like weird shrinkage in the washing results. It keeps the seams nice and clean right off the bat. That's why I like doing it. Not every mill does this for us, though. It's actually only one mill that does it, and because, anyways, they find it to be a little annoying, but that's just the way life is. Some mills do things for you, some mills don't. So the blue wave is going to be an indigo by white version of that. So a classic dark indigo rinse-washed denim. So for those people who want the 100% cotton experience, don't want to deal with the break-in time, don't want to bother soaking it themselves, you can go into the store, pick them up right away, and you've got yourself a classic comfortable pair of raw jeans that have been pre-rinsed for you, and you can just enjoy them right off the bat like that. So there.
So yeah, the blue wave
yeah.
is the brother
yeah.
of that jean.
The blue wave is the brother of the Ocean's Edge. Yeah.
And then there's going to be another brother for that series, right?
Yeah.
The deep sea.
The deep sea. So anything sea related or water related going forward is going to be rinsed denim jeans.
Yeah.
So not rinsed washed jeans. It's going to be rinsed denim.
Fabric, yeah. So if you keep that in mind, then you know anytime you see it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of sea.
Yeah, I'm going to run out of sea-themed things to write at some point.
Yeah. But sea, I think sea has a way more vast, like, names than sky.
Yeah, that's true. I hit this. I might have hit the limit with sky names. I definitely hit the limit with birds.
Yeah. But sea has a lot of,
Yeah.
I have a whole book about seas, and we just like kind of
go through all the terminology. Ocean spray collab, yes. We should do an ocean spray. Cranberry
scratch and sniff.
Boom. That's a great idea. Seabird denim. Boom.
Seabird. Skybird.
Yeah, sea skybird. It'll be a lightweight rinsed denim in a light blue. See, you guys can all be hired. Let's do it. John T, hey guys, any thoughts on bringing back the chestnut selvage? I have a 12.5 ounce, and I would love to see a heavier 14 to 17 ounce version. The smell of that chestnut selvage is really something. We did the Katechu selvage.
I forgot about chestnut. That was such a long time ago.
The chestnut was nice. So we've done similar things. Would we ever go back to that chestnut? Maybe. I don't see why not. It was a very handsome denim.
But, like, why did it smell so
maybe sometimes, I don't know, it certainly wasn't because of the dye, but like the chestnut dye, but sometimes some denim just has, like, this beautiful smell.
Each denim smells differently, I think. Yeah, like, I can't really tell just by smells, but, like, there are like...
distinct smells of denim. When we would open up, like, a box... like, the shipment would come from Japan, and, we'd be in the warehouse, we'd open it, like, crack open, like, a carton, and, like, you just get that indigo smell, and you're like, oh, and then you'll go to the mill, and you'll be like,
Yeah. Indigo is actually not a nice smell, but... because it's, like, when it's more like a dye, it's actually not
kind of
a
stinky.
Pleasant smell. Yeah, because it's fermented and Oops.
Ooh, what do we got?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. We have someone at the door, a visitor.
I think it's the
fire people. All right, the annual fire check, everybody. Long time fans of the channel know that every now and then these guys show up during our live stream and need to check our home for safety. So anyhow, that's them. Invited, uninvited, it's all good. I'm sure everybody was eagerly anticipating this moment. Can you make a denim smell candle? No Saints Right. I'm sure it's possible. I was gonna say the Scientologists over there at the smell factory. They can make anything smell like anything. So I suspect it is definitely possible. I don't know if I would. I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea. A denim smelling candle. I'll give that one a thought. Pedro writes, I always noticed a smell of crew jeans, a skater jean from the early 2000s. The blue ones always smelled better than the black ones. Yeah, black denim also has its own distinct smell. Like indigo and sulfur, definitely very different smells. Back again. The wizard of 32 ounce, Buff Daddy himself, Garrett, is in the house. Garrett, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but we were just praising you for your magnificent mound of muscles that you've built, and yeah, that's it. Juan writes, really want to see another King of Lords run. They look awesome. Yeah, I can definitely say that will happen eventually.
King of Lords.
King of Lords, or in the realm of that. We'll do that again. I wanted to do a Dark Lord, like a black version. Yeah.
Like evil.
Yeah, that's it. The evil
empire.
The evil empire, Selvedge.
Well, emperor we used for MIJ, right?
Yeah, the Dark Lord of Nep, the Dark King of Lords. I don't know, something like that. We'll figure it out.
Oh,
yeah.
The pocket flasher is gonna be evil.
Evil. Yeah. Well, one time I wanted to make, and this is just me being, letting my imagination run. But I thought it would be interesting to make a gene, like, in the horror theme realm that we would do often, that was very, very evil in theme, and find some kind of like witch doctor or something to like curse the denim. But it would provide nothing other than a stupid story. I'm like. Anyhow, just sometimes you have to let your imagination run while you come up with ideas, and sometimes bad ideas come out. And you gotta weed those out. But a cursed denim, bad idea.
Yeah, nobody wants
that.
Bad
idea. Nobody wants that. Voodoo denim would be wild. Yeah, we have some people working in our warehouse who come from countries where voodoo is very frowned upon, and they would
real.
Oh yeah, they would not appreciate it.
Right, they would not want to touch that.
Oh, absolutely not. They would like, some people are very superstitious. There's zero chance, and they would be very offended. Number one, like incredibly offended, and they would not touch that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's let's not offend anybody.
Yeah, I'm not our, not that far.
But to be fair, I mean, like, we do have, like, like horror genes.
Yeah. But
they're
that's
kind of,
right.
They're not cursed, but they're kind of like
Yeah.
that same,
dark. One time I had like watched a documentary on like some voodoo stuff, and I asked one of our guys, like is this true? He's like, I don't talk about that stuff. I don't mess with that stuff. I don't talk about that stuff. And he was like, he was like, stay away. And I'm like, got it. I understand. So anyhow, we're not going there. Kenny Ingram writes, oh, that makes sense. I saw Vinny wearing King of Lords. Must have been old stock. Yeah, Vinny found an old pair hanging around the warehouse somewhere. And that's where he got the pair that he's wearing right now. Okay. Pedro, not touching that with a 40-foot pole. Smart. You know it. It's smart. Rin L asks D&D Denim. Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know about that. I'm not a D&D guy.
How do you make that into denim?
They have a lot of artwork and themes. Like, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot
like,
there.
It's like community art, right? Like, it's not official.
No, I think there's official art. Like, D&D there is a company. Like, there's an official company for that.
I thought it was just like type of game that everybody plays. Because there is no rule. Like, you make your own rules, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know too much about it, but I know that there is an official Dungeons and Dragons, and then there's people have their own versions here and there. But like, as far as
a license for it.
Yeah, like the official name, there's a license for it. So yeah. Some random guy writes, "There's a rule book for D&D." Yeah. I don't know much about it. I just know that, obviously I know it exists. I've never played it. I know that there's there's like the game that you play is based off of you'll have a campaign, a book that has here's what's going on.
I thought you make that yourself.
I'm sure you could. And
I don't know.
That's all.
It's such a mystery.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. Like
you hear about Dungeons and Dragons in reference, like in movies and TV shows and stuff, but like I just don't know what it is. Like I don't have the grasp of.
Right. Topher Cobra writes, there are different guides, campaigns, and monsters. Right. And so I've had friends who are into it and like, oh yeah, you should come over and we're gonna do a thing. I'm like, I never did.
It seems like such a hard thing to get into. I don't know.
I wouldn't know because I've never gotten into it. I'm sure the people who are fans of it will say, no, it's fun and easy to get into and this and that. I just don't know a thing about it. So it would, like, for me to do some kind of, project, collaboration, themed item, I really have to know about it. Or I have to be willing to, like, get into it.
Right.
So, that wouldn't be on my, like, next to-do list. I'm sure there's a lot of crossover fans here. But it would not be the first thing I would personally rush to, although I'm sure it would do well. Because I know there's a lot of fans for that out there. As far as projects that we're currently enveloped in, you guys know Halloween is coming. We showed some of those previews off last week. And then there is the anyhow. I don't think we signed anything yet. But everyone knows. But we're working on Godzilla. So that is a future project. It's technically not official because there's nothing's been signed yet.
Just floating
in the air. But we had great talks with them, and everything looks like it's gonna happen.
We're just manifesting it right now.
Yeah. Well, we manifested it through the community, of course. So that would be the next big. Presuming it all goes through properly, that will be the next one. So I'm not looking beyond that because there's only so much things we can design at one time. So once all that is squared away, the collection is designed, developed, everything's in the wheels are moving, then we can go forward with another property. But at this point, that's as far as I can think.
Halloween and Godzilla are like two big ones.
Yeah, so. I like doing the movie monster stuff. That's great. We do have to figure out next Halloween's release, though.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that.
I would like to do Ghostface. Scream. That would be big for me. Like, yeah, that would be the next big one. Ghostface. Someone's saying Jigsaw from Saw. Hellraiser. Texas Chainsaw. I would want to do Texas Chainsaw. Ghostface, Texas Chainsaw.
Ghostface?
Leatherface. Yeah.
It needs to have a twist.
A twist? I don't know what the denim would be for Leatherface. And Ghostface might be a little, black by white. To be fair, we haven't done a black like Halloween themed jean yet. Alien would also be good. I would be willing to go into like sci-fi horror for that.
Alien doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween though.
No, but you know what Alien would be? Just like a black, like Japan heritage style, like warp, and maybe like a yellowy, acidy green weft.
Yeah,
that could be kind of cool. But I would want I don't know how. I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be something like that. Can I make the denim look wet, slimy? Yeah, I don't know. That might be too much. Maybe nobody wants to wear that every day. But yeah.
I mean.
Chris Griffin writes, you should do the Halloween cereal, Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula.
That would be cute.
Yes, yeah. I want to do that so bad. I want to do breakfast cereal themes because obviously we love breakfast cereal here. I love breakfast cereal. The characters are so iconic. The colors would make for such incredible jeans.
And as a series, it's really cool.
And like if you were to do like a, especially with the Monster series, having them all next to each other and having the pocket flashers look like the boxes of cereal, I think it would be great.
Or we'll put the jeans in boxes of cereal.
Boom. It'll be the prize. Oh my God, that would be amazing. It would come packaged in a box of cereal.
Jeans inside. You paid I don't know how much, $200 for a cereal.
That'd be really good.
Free jeans.
That's a great idea. We gotta remember that one. Put wax on alien jeans. Yeah, that might do it to give it the wet texture. A waxed black. A waxed black.
Yeah.
Make it scratch and sniff. Yeah, the cereal denim would be so fun. Wandering Stranger writes, Japanese folklore-inspired denim would be cool, honestly. There would be a lot of cool options there. Yes.
Yokai
yeah, yokai. So Japanese, little folk monsters are called yokai, and there's about a zillion of them. There's one for everything.
But to be fair, there's it's like Pokemon. There's a ton, but there are ones that people know about it, and there are ones that nobody knows about it.
I would say that, conceptually, they might make cool jeans, but storytelling-wise, it might be a little bit difficult because
I do a lot of research.
Yeah, you gotta. I find that with the collaborations, the customer has to care about what it is.
Yeah.
And if it's not your history, it could be interesting, but maybe it's not it's not to me what Western folklore involves comic books and movies and things like that. Japan's a very, very old society, right? So your folklore has been engraved into the society here quite a bit, whereas in the West, Ghostbusters is Western folklore.
Yeah, but the property is different from theme behind it. We did the monster Selvedge. Was it called?
Yeah,
monster?
We called it the kaiju
Selvedge. Yeah, and that's just kind of the theme of it, right? That fabric was very ruggedy and that kind of thing. It's I could see that. It just I really don't know too much about it, and there might be cool ones to make fabric off of, or if we develop a cool fabric and maybe we can. Maybe if it lines up with a yokai's theme, we could call it that. But it's it's not gonna be as big as a property
Somebody Rin L writes tragic kappa patch. So a kappa is a Japanese yokai, and it's like a frog-like guy. Yeah. And he has a pool of water on his head.
Yeah, kappa is a mystic creature, I guess. Yeah. It's like
Sasquatch.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Nobody believes they exist. You kind of tell kids that they exist so that they're careful.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't they don't go too far off in the river or anything.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of funny. They use yokais to scare kids a little bit and to
Yes.
Yeah.
If you lie a lot, you will this yokai is gonna come and that kind of things.
Yeah. It's like Santa, but with lessons.
The other way.
Yeah. Santa's if you're good, he'll bring you a present, but the kappas are if you're bad, these things are going to kill you. Yeah. Japanese teen turtles. The Ninja Turtles are an American yokai, is what I would call them.
Yeah, so
Western
cool.
yokai. And they're real. We talked about that last week. Yeah, so there you go. Kappa denim. Yeah, Nicholas Villepou. Could be a thing. Jeremy Didson writes in regards to the horror themes. Chucky series denim. Good guy overalls. Tiffany, Bride of Chucky denim, and etc. Risa hates Chucky so
and
much.
I do a lot of cleanup work on these like collaboration things.
Yeah.
Because, like we work with artists obviously to, get, or like we use like already made like artwork.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of work to be done, and you're looking at it like for hours at a time. If it's Chucky, I'm not doing it. We're gonna have to outsource it.
Risa's she's opted out.
I cannot stand that series.
Yeah.
Also, is there a bride?
Yeah, Bride of Chucky.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Isn't Chucky a child?
No, he's a murderer whose soul got absorbed into the doll.
Also, he's like an adult.
He's an adult man in the
And so like a bride is like a adult female?
Yeah, in the doll.
Oh, I
yeah.
see. All girls. No,
yeah.
no.
They're like possessed dolls.
Ugh.
Yeah. The Raven writes, I don't blame you, Risa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will not.
Right.
Okay.
Rin L writes, what's that one area of Japan that scares kids to behave or else ogres will come to take them?
I think in the north, but I mean that's really everywhere. Like everywhere. Like it's a national thing. But like in the north, I think they really do it like every year. There's like in the news, like they have this festival where they come and visit, and there will be like screaming, crying children because it's horrifying.
It's terrible to laugh at, but it's also kind of funny.
It's really funny. It's so cute.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But yeah,
I'm glad I didn't live in that region where those people actually come to your door and like scare you.
It's like scared straight programs, but for infants and monsters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can imagine some kids are actually traumatized by that. Experience.
Maybe. Chief Miggy, scary urban legend jeans for Halloween would be so cool. Like real urban legends.
Like what?
I don't know. Like Bloody Mary or don't say her name in the mirror.
I see.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to make it into jeans.
Maybe. I remember as a kid, I might have been in like the first grade, and I heard the Bloody Mary, like, oh yeah, no, if you say her name like 3 times in the mirror in the washroom, like this school's washroom, she's gonna come and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, like it's kind of like the older kids tell the younger kids like all these scary things, and you're like, really?
Yeah. I also like there was a thing about like I think at like 3 or 4 in the morning, if you are in the toilet, like if you're sitting in the toilet, there's gonna be like a like old lady ghost coming from your toilet.
Yes.
And I was just like, I always like, sometimes when you're kids, you have to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the washroom, and I was just always like cautious about the time. It's like avoid that time.
Yeah, all I can say is good luck, old lady. Jeremy Didson, need that Candyman denim. Candyman instead of Chucky. Get some yellow dye for the weft for the B reference. Yeah, Candyman would be another option. Right. So there's the horror series will continue, and we're gonna run through as many of them as we can. Obviously, it's about getting the partnerships, the properties to work with us on these things. So yeah, as long as we can secure them, we're gonna make it happen. That's for sure. Invis Ian's writes, J horror is no joke. Ringu, Pulse. Yeah.
Which one's Pulse?
I don't know about Pulse. I know about Ring, Ringu.
The Ring like messed me up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame Ring for like all of my horror hate.
What's the other one with the boy?
Oh,
Ju-on.
Ju-on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was it called? Yeah.
I think Ju-on. Yeah.
I didn't actually watch that because I would not watch anything with child ghost in it.
Right. Okay. Anyhow, a lot of horror talk. Obviously, the fans out here are into it, and we're gonna keep the horror theme jeans coming as a annual Halloween thing, at least as best as we can. Sometimes timing doesn't work out perfectly for us. Okay. BD, Bahzad, overshirt info. Good eye, my friend. This is the new overshirt. We actually just launched these. Kind of a quiet launch.
Yeah, it was like maybe a week ago or something.
Let's go over to Tate and Yoko. How do we do this? Okay, boom, here we go. So Tate and Yoko, you guys know this website, probably. We just released the Broken Twill Slub Stretch Selvedge, so that came out today, but also in recent releases. The Canadian Bestial Bees Wax, so we got that for your leather care and treatment. And then these are the new overshirts in the double claw, the yarn dyed double claw. So it is a double weave fabric, so there's kind of 2 layers built into this guy. A beautiful gauzy feeling shirt, and comes in these 2 wonderful colors, $229 USD. It is an overshirt, so compared to our previous work shirt fit, it is an oversized fit right off the bat. Let me give you guys a better view over here. And so you can see it is designed to fit over a hoodie. You could even fit it over a denim jacket in your normal size. So like I usually wear a size medium. I'm wearing a medium here. You can see it's big on me. So it can accommodate like a heavy sweater underneath. If you want to wear it more like a shirt, I would say wear a size smaller than you normally would, but in your normal size, it is going to be big, it's going to be roomy, it's going to be comfortable, and especially like for like the transitional times of year, like where you don't need to wear like a heavy coat, this is going to do the job for you. And just a light shirt kind of jacket. You can see here, it's kind of transparent because it's quite gauzy, and it does have that double layer.
Yeah, it's very like soft.
We're gonna have to get like some macro photos of this, but like it is a beautiful fabric. A lot of texture in this guy as well. So these just launched, as I mentioned. We have it in the 2 colors. So we have it in the green, which I think pairs up quite nicely with the beige here, and is a nice springy color. And then we have the beige, which I like a lot of beige stuff. Obviously, it goes with a lot of beige, but this one I think works quite well, like for like a all year. Green, sometimes this lighter green. Oh, sorry, I don't have the.
You gotta show it.
I gotta show it. I gotta show the beige. So the beige is right here, and it's a great all year color. This particular shade of green might be. I can see it in the fall, but it's a little springy to me. Yeah. But this beige, I think, is a great all year wear. Very comfortable. As you can see here, it can be worn like a loose fitting shirt. You can wear it like a shirt jacket. Very, very versatile in that respect. So these just dropped a couple of days ago, and we'll get some more photos on the social media soon, so you can see maybe some more styling ideas for that.
And we got a couple of shirts came. That one is great.
This one's beautiful. The Slub Sashiko. The detail on this is incredible. This is all woven into the fabric.
And it's got really slubby yarn, like, on the left coming through as that looks like a sashiko stitch. And it's just, it's amazing. And we actually custom made this fabric. So it's just a nice one. We made like a jacket. Yeah. And a work overshirt, I think. So
these are coming soon. Yeah. So the overshirt that I'm wearing right now, this will be coming tentatively, and then the zip coat. Yeah. Let's.
So it is a beautiful fabric.
Yeah. So watch out for some more releases there. More and more tops are coming out each and every week. So kimono shirt as well.
Right. Yeah. So with the shirts, you kind of have to keep an eye on it in the latest arrivals section of the website, because we don't have release dates for each one of those.
Yeah. So. And then the other release was the Broken Twill Slub Stretch Selvedge. So this guy just came out, the newest iteration of our Slub Stretch Selvedge series, and the first time in a Broken Twill. So classic dark indigo, white weft, big slub yarn, 2% stretch, Broken Twill construction.
There's a lot into this.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. But if you're looking for a classic dark indigo that doesn't require a lot of break-in time, these are it, because these require no break-in time because of that stretch. It's a little bit more of a supple denim. And then you also have the fading properties of that big slub yarn on the warp. So
this one's just so like understated. Like it looks like a regular like non-exciting jeans, but it's got a lot of nerdy details into it. So.
Absolutely. If this is your first pair of raw denim, you will be very, very happy. That's for sure. And what else? What else do we have?
Speaking of release. I just thought that maybe we could bounce off some ideas here in the chat. We were kind of thinking, like, Tate and Yoko guys were, were saying, like, maybe we could just, like, is 11 a.m. on Friday morning, is it the best time to release things?
Yeah, this is good.
That's the question.
Right.
And we were thinking, like, because, I mean, when like, you look at other brands and just the way things are in the world, I feel like a lot of people are more engaged in online like activities at night after work kind of times, because 11 a.m. on Friday most people are working.
Right. So the idea is, instead of maybe doing 11 a.m. on Fridays, we'll do something like a 7 p.m. on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So that way, I feel like a lot of people are home at that time, and then they're, not struggling to like, I gotta work on their phone, right? You know what I mean? I don't want to bug people.
Yeah.
So let me know. Does that work better for you? Has 11 a.m. on Fridays been a good time? The other benefit of releasing on a Thursday, if we release on a Thursday night, that means we can ship Friday morning, right? So we can get things out to you faster. If we release things on a Friday, the orders come in on Friday, and then what will happen is, because the warehouse is closed on the weekend, those have to ship out on Monday. So there is a bit of a delay there.
Yeah, because we also like to kind of have a little buffer time, because sometimes people, just, it's nice to have a buffer time for somebody who like made a humongous mistake in ordering. We're not gonna guarantee that we're gonna cancel. We're gonna be able to cancel. So you gotta be sure when you place an order. But at the same time, if like you made an oopsie, we have time to maybe for you to reach out to us and do something about that before it gets shipped. So we like, whenever we have a new release on Friday morning, we don't really ship that that batch on Friday. Everybody has to wait till the earliest Monday to be shipped. And Monday, obviously, like, because you're not shipping for the weekend, you have like a lot of other orders to ship too. So like Monday gets a really, really busy time for the warehouse. So we can just kind of maybe split that up to Friday.
Yeah. Pedro writes, I had to take a bathroom break at work just to snag the Raised by Wolves anniversary zine. Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people are in that same position.
Right.
Tofa Cobra writes, I have Fridays off, so Fridays work for me. Well, if you have Fridays off, that means Thursday night also probably works for you.
You might be partying, though,
well.
at 7.
That's true.
Yeah,
okay, Cathedral Ring. I don't like the 11 a.m., but I would keep that over 7 p.m. if we are getting off EST. 8 or 9 would be best if a right at midnight isn't possible. I don't like doing midnight because that's late.
Yeah, and
that's
some people
late.
Are asleep by then. I don't know.
Chief Miggy writes, Thursday night works for me. Patrick Sanchez, I don't mind the Fridays at 11. David writes, I'm juggling kids at 7 p.m., but I'm not usually buying the instant product releases. Right, so BD writes, my break always happens at 11 on release day. It's true. So anyhow, we'll see. We might just test it out to see how it works out, to gauge some more reaction there as well. So we're gonna test it out to see if it works better for people or not. Hold on a second. Bam! I helped us a little bit with the lighting here. So we'll see. But yeah, there might be some changes in release time just to see if we can make it easier for people, because like everything, we can't make everybody happy,
right.
But we do get the comments, in our customer service, right. 11 a.m. is such an inconvenient time for me. Sometimes we'll be like, people work, right? And I'm like, yes. I'm currently working.
But yeah, I mean, again, from, just from the shipping perspective too, I think it is beneficial. So maybe we'll give it a try, see how it works. I feel like people would adopt, to whatever we end up doing.
That's true. But yeah, Shane writes, Friday anytime is better for me than Thursday night, but I think Thursday night would be better for many. Pedro writes, Bahzad's always working. It's true. I'm always working. Chris Griffin writes, I ordered my Alvarez while I had a client in my other office space signing paperwork. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, the upside is if you miss Tate and Yoko, you can go to Blue Owl, James Dan, or Cultism, etc. Yep, this is true.
Also, Naked and Famous Denim New York City has that.
Yeah,
has a lot of things.
Yeah, Chief Miggy, I managed to buy the 15th anniversary early Friday, but definitely could have Thursday night. Right. Yeah. I do think that the Thursday night allows us to also just get those orders out to you faster.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of benefits in a lot of ways. That's why we're considering it.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to give it a try. But,
right.
Yeah, if you're,
vehemently opposed to Thursdays. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe let us know why you're so...
Yeah. It's because also, not that we're changing the policy for these folks, but sometimes, they'll place the order on Friday, and then by, Sunday afternoon, they're like, where's my order? And I'm like...
Right. Yeah.
I love you guys. You guys are you're the best. I love that email.
Yeah.
Where's my order on Sunday? I'm like,
but it's also as a consumer, because we're also a consumer, another thing, and it's when you're excited about a release and you manage to get something that you really wanted and you were thinking about it for a long time, and getting a shipping notification the next day is such an exciting thing.
I like that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
I think people would like that.
Yeah. Andrew Groves writes, is there a way to see what sizes will be available at Tate and Yoko before release? I missed the MIJ 13s because there was no True Guy 29. If the way you're gonna know that there is a size available is if it's on the measurement chart. If there's a measurement for it, we got it. If there's no measurement for it, we don't got it. That's basically it.
Yeah, and knowing the number of units that are going to be available in your size doesn't really help.
Yeah.
If you want it, you have to be there and I mean, I
sometimes you could be there and miss. I will say that 28, 29, 40, 28, 29, 40, 42, 44. Sometimes 28s don't get made. Sometimes 44s don't get made. Usually now, Super Guy, I don't make 44 anymore because those really, they sat around forever. And I find that most guys buying 44 are probably buying Weird Guy, True Guy, Easy Guy anyway. So I'm not really producing those anymore. 28s, I produce a lot less of them. There might be 2 maybe per style that will carry on Tate and Yoko because I would stock up on them, and then at the end of the season, I am just left with a pile of 28s. And I know that you guys are out there, but there's just not... For us to make every single thing in 28 in a lot of them, there just wasn't enough of you. So we ended up with too many of those. So a lot of what we carry is really based off of the science of what we sold, and then because sometimes you can't analyze what you didn't sell, right? So I have to use a little bit of my guesswork, a little bit of the feedback that we get from here to tweak those production quantities. And I think we've hit a pretty good stride. My only problem right now is I think because I do my production planning 6-8 months in advance, and when I do it, I think I'm meeting the future demand. What I'm not realizing is that you guys are a lot hungrier than I ever anticipate. Because every year I produce more. And I'm like, okay, like we can't possibly be going, like we're growing a certain amount, but I don't want to overbuy. I don't want to underbuy. At one point I used to, like my goal was always to like have inventory for a year. And sometimes specifically you, would blow through that inventory in a month. Or sometimes a weekend. And I'm like, okay, I need to reevaluate this a lot. So I've been doing that a lot more lately. And we have more inventory than we've ever had, ever. As you guys can see in like this week at Tate and Yoko, they've had to expand the warehouse tremendously just to accommodate the amount of inventory I'm buying for Tate and Yoko. It's nuts. And I'm doing my best here. And it is a balancing game. But the outlier sizes, there is fewer of that, just based on the fact that like it's very difficult for me to always produce those sizes in absolutely everything in big quantities because we ultimately just get stuck with it.
Yeah, and also like whatever we plan to make in production is not always, the exact amount that's gonna be made. There's some shortages, there's some overages, but it's just at the end of the day, we also have wholesale partners that that needs to get the full size run and stuff like that. So like we at Tate and Yoko, we try to get everything that like the Bahzad plan to have at Tate and Yoko, but it's not always like possible. So some sizes are like sometimes very low and not available.
Yeah.
Just the nature of things. We don't actually know until we receive the shipment. Which, like what's going on with the specific like units.
Yeah. Corey writes, there's a topic, what's happening in the warehouse? Actually, we do an entire show on that called This Week at Tate and Yoko, and we release that every Wednesday, and it's the guys at Tate and Yoko kind of just shooting the breeze, talking about what's going on there, things that they like, just what's happening in general at Tate and Yoko land. And it's usually shot in the warehouse, and Terry will give you a little bit of a tour about what's going on in there. And if you've been following us, like, the last couple of weeks, since around Christmas, Terry's been working on putting up new shelves, dismantling some of the shelves that we had, expanding out the warehouse a lot. I think maybe next episode I'll have him do like well, maybe once he's done, because there's still more shelves and things to be put up, but he can do a full walkthrough of that warehouse, and you'll get a real feel for just how many jeans are in there. Thousands and thousands of pairs, and even then, like, I restock the website maybe once every 3 weeks or so, and I might throw like 80 pairs of like weird guy, dirty fade selvage, right? We like I'll restock us. I'll send 80 pairs there, and in 3 weeks they're gone. They're just we're out. Mm-hmm. I could restock them. They just fly, and it's like there's one thing, because there's as much as they've expanded the warehouse, there's also a limited amount of space. So like I can't send 300 pairs into the warehouse to sit there. So sometimes things will sell out, and then it might take a week or two for it to like come back, like to be restocked. Because we do have something called the main warehouse, which is like our wholesale warehouse, and that's where all the inventory for Naked and Famous like wholesale lives. And like Tate and Yoko's warehouse is actually a separate warehouse, and we keep all the inventory for the website, and well, it's basically the back stockroom of the retail store.
We have to work that way because keeping the inventory correct for the online store, because the online store, it's important to have the inventory like perfect at all times, even though that's not really the case in reality, but we try. And that's part of it. We have to have a separate warehouse so that we can keep it more more correct than otherwise.
Yeah. Pedro writes, reminds me of when I worked at a grocery store, adding new items, same amount of space, but always new stock coming in. Yeah. Yeah.
It's always a catch up because you also don't want to have like a ton of empty space either.
Yeah. It was, it's a game of Jenga in there. Like you're managing space all the time. And like when a new season hits, it's like, okay,
chaos.
You got to put in thousands and thousands of pieces of inventory into that space, and you got to figure out where it goes.
Yeah,
like the optimal placement.
Right, because like we like a warehouse should be. We always think the warehouse should be somewhere where, like, if you hire a new person, that person can learn where things are, where to pick, jeans. Like, you shouldn't have to walk around for 5 minutes to find a pair of jeans. So it needs to make sense. Like, okay, this season, all of these items are in, like, one area, or the core items are in this area. And, like, it's, every time things move, like, you have to move the old stuff. It can't just sit there all, for a year.
Yeah.
It has to move up in the aisle or whatever to make sense, which is a big task on its own, aside from, packing and shipping the orders.
Right. So, we don't have like a complex warehouse where, some app or is going to tell you, go to this row and go to this bay. It's going to do this. Like, that's a sophisticated warehouse. I would say like a modern warehouse probably has that technology. We don't have that technology. We're very old school. All of our guys know where everything is. Yeah. They know, because we have a method to our madness, of course. And if somebody new joins the team, usually they're pretty familiar. We try to hire people who are fans of Naked and Famous, so they're familiar with the line. They're not going to not know what a weird guy is, for example. And it might take them a day or two to figure it out, but then you'll start to really understand how the patterns of everything works. But yeah, we should do a more in-depth look at the warehouse. Maybe we'll get Terry to do a deep dive tour of what's going on there once all the new shelves and everything has been put up. I know they're putting in new like work tables in. And then somebody said we should do a factory tour where the jeans are made. Yeah, they're literally made like next door. Like, just walk through the door of like the entrance. You have to walk through the factory to get into the entrance of the Tate and Yoko warehouse.
Yeah. It's the small factory. It doesn't make everything, but it makes some things. Yeah. It's always making things.
Yeah. I want to see if I have, I don't know if I can, this might be the place to play it. I don't know if I have the video here, but there was a show in Canada called Style Factory, and they did.
You played it the other day.
No, I never played it.
Oh.
I don't have it on my computer here. I don't know where it is. I uploaded it to YouTube, and then it got. It doesn't have a copyright strike, but because they gave us a video of the segment that they did on us, and but the show hasn't been on the air in years, right? But I uploaded it to our YouTube channel. I haven't published it yet because it got like this strike saying like, you can publish this video and there's no copyright, but it won't play in Canada. So like all of our Canadian fans won't be able to watch this. Maybe if you use a VPN or something, you'll be able to watch it. So I've refrained from publishing it. I don't know why. I guess all of our international and American friends would be able to see it. But you know what?
Pretty sure we showed parts of it here the other day.
No.
Pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I remember seeing like that Brandon's young face. Like,
did we? Did
I?
I?
Yeah, I think we did. Let us know if you remember that.
I certainly don't remember it. Anyways, maybe after this stream, I will publish that video just so you guys who can see it, and then you guys with in Canada, if you have a VPN, go and use your VPN. Kenny Ingram, is this an intro to your ad for a VPN company? No, it's not. I don't have a sponsorship, though. If you are from a VPN company and would like to sponsor us, we do take money. So.
Oh, bribery.
Bribery, yeah. No, we don't take bribes.
Depends on the bribe.
Depends on the bribe. Brave web browser has a VPN and they don't do advertisements on YouTube. Well, there you go. Chris Griffin with the suggestion on the Brave web browser. Not sponsored. Never even heard of it. But Chris Griffin gives it his thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. He's the researcher or archivist. So
the archivist.
He knows the deal.
Tony Hawk is in the house. Good to see you again, Tony. I feel like anniversary pairs should have a Tate and Yoko in-store release. Well, we do release the jeans in-store at Tate and Yoko, but they do sell fast. Speaking of another upgrade for Tate and Yoko, Risa has been hard at work upgrading the website on the back end. And some things may not be immediately noticeable, but for our Canadian friends, and this has been a call out since we've basically been open, their call out was to be able to purchase in Canadian money. Up until now, at least up until a couple of days ago, when you shopped on Tate and Yoko, you would pay in American dollars, and that was just because of a limitation on currencies and what we were able to accept on our back end. Now, if you are in Canada, you will be charged in Canadian dollars. If you're anywhere else in the world, you're still charged in American dollars. But for our Canadian friends, as we are based in Canada, you will get the proper Canadian MSRP in Canadian dollars.
Okay, so I'm just going to be frank about it. There is some issues that I'm working through. I don't know if it's going to be resolved. Currently, you can purchase things that are priced at Canadian MSRP, which is not exactly, because currency conversion happens, every hour, minute, or whatever. So, like, when we set the Canadian price, retail price, it's not always the current conversion of a US dollar price. So sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. It's usually lower, actually, in Canadian price. But currently, core items you can purchase in Canadian MSRP. Some other things, like, things that are a little older, seasonal items, you are actually going to be able to purchase in US dollar conversion.
Yeah, so it may not be
it's the same as Canadian MSRP. Yeah. If you're a very keen-eyed person, you might notice that, and that's something that I'm working through. So there's just a little bit mix of that. So you don't always get the same price if you're like in like a retail shop in Canada, you're comparing prices, then you might see a different price there on Tate and Yoko. That doesn't mean that your retail store is doing something wrong or we're doing something wrong. It's just it's kind of a process.
And we're talking about literal like a handful of loonies in terms of the price differences.
Yeah.
So it's not much.
Yeah.
But we are going through and trying to correct any loose ends there. So
so it's a little bit of a boring talk, back end talk, but we do hear you, the Canadian crew, and we're making a.
That said, progress. Maybe I don't know if it's possible. On the website on Tate and Yoko, it says like when you look at the prices, it says like USD. Is there a way to make it say CAD?
So that is a thing that that's part of like the thing I'm working on. It is weird that it says USD and it doesn't say CAD.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Okay. So it's on the list.
A lot of things are happening on the back end.
Yeah. Chris Griffin writes, handful of loonies. That's my band name now. It's a good name. A loonie, for those people who don't know, is a Canadian dollar. And
$1 coin.
Let me find one.
Yeah. $1 coin is loony, and $2 coins are Toonies, which is the perfect name. I like that. I like the coins have names. Like in Japan, the coins are just the amount. You call like the amount of the value as the coin name. But in Canada, you have nicknames.
I don't think I have any Toonies here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
I feel like we also showed off Toonie in this live stream before, recently.
Oh, here, no. There's an old Toonie here. A different Toonie. Without the bear. Okay, so what do we got?
Fistful of Loonies. Fistful of Loonies sounds more money than handful.
Yeah, it's like a fistful of dollars, the old Clint Eastwood movies. Here's a Loonie. This one's from 1989.
Ooh.
And it's got it's got a bird on it. As you can see, a loon, what we would call a loon. You might be able to see that better. Focus is good. Anyhow, that is a Loonie. So as Canadians, we are kooky Canucks, and we have very funny names for our money. And previous to the Loonie, we had this, which is a Canadian silver dollar. And they stopped using this a long time ago. This is from 1980. You can see somebody is in a canoe. What did we call these? I don't know. Were they just dollars, or did we call them canoeies?
Canoeies?
You know, yeah.
That's funny.
Right? So some Canadian fellows riding a canoe in the wilderness. Hopefully you can see that. I'm sure it's very, very exciting topics here. Yeah, that's a good question.
What did Canadian call their
these appear to be native. I think they're native fellows. Somebody looks like there's a feather in their cap or something like that. I think it's maybe a Westerner and a native person riding a canoe. Maybe it's to show their camaraderie of some sort.
Voyager dollar.
The Voyager dollar. Okay, that didn't have a good name.
It's hard to say. Or silver dollar. People call it silver dollar.
Also, America, look at this thing. $50. That's a beautiful coin, I have to say. That is a handsome coin. And it's got Kennedy on there. Look at that.
Look at that.
1980. He gets his own coin. I guess well deserved. And then this is a variant of a Toonie, the Victory Toonie, but it makes no sense really, because a Loonie is a Loonie because there is a loon on the coin. The normal $2 coin in Canada has a bear on it, a polar bear, and so Toonie, I guess, is just again kooky Canuck language.
Yeah, it's very kooky. I like it. It's cute.
It is cute. I miss one thing I miss about Canadian culture these days is that we are less and less being perceived as kind of, I guess there was a trope of just like the slow kind of dumb Canadian, and I miss that kind of, Dudley Do-Right kind of.
Like a friendly, like
a Ned Flanders kind of, remember when Ned Flanders came to Canada and he met the Canadian version of Ned Flanders?
I did not.
They do out there.
Oh,
they do out there. The good, the bad, and the loony. All right. Yeah.
Got a puffin and a half puffin from Lundy.
What? What are you reading that?
UK island. Writes W5.
Right.
Puffin and half puffin? Is that a coin?
Okay, that's cool. I've got a puffin and a half puffin from Lundy. Yeah, it's a half puffin.
Cute.
They just sliced it in half. I like JP 500 yen coins.
They have gone through a lot of.
We got some over there. Let's show them off.
So like that is like it. It feels like recently 500 yen coin have gone through like 4 different like versions.
Okay.
That might not be true, but the most recent ones are two-toned. Yeah, this is the most recent one. This is from this year, actually, or last year.
Okay,
see,
so it looks like a Toonie
now. Yeah.
You know what? I never even really noticed that.
So this one's still like a goldish color on the outside and silver on the inside. So it's like the opposite of the
I see.
Toonie. So that's a new one. But like the previous one to that is, I guess maybe there's only 3. There's previous one. It's like a goldish color. So that's like, this is when like vending machines weren't like really equipped to handle this change for a while. So there were like machines that couldn't take the new coin for a bunch of months or years. And then previous to this, the one that I grew up with that's still in circulation sometimes is like the silver version of this. So there's just like so much different. And like the other coins don't change at all. It's been the same since I was a child.
I've honestly not even noticed this change until you mentioned it right now.
Really?
Didn't even notice it at all.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
It at least.
When did that even happen?
Yeah, this is from 2021.
All right. Well.
No, 2022 is this one. I don't know when it changed. It's probably around there, actually.
Okay. Well, there you have it, everybody.
I don't like it. I don't like changes.
I don't like changes. There you go. Some important currency talk here on the Naked Famous Denim Raw Denim live stream for you guys. And you know what? If you liked that type of content, you know what you guys can do? Hit the like button right now. If you guys just hit the like button, it makes this channel more visible to the world of raw denim people and people who may be interested in side conversations about the names of foreign currencies and monies and designs and such.
Also, can I just point out that we still have 1 yen coins? You know, 1 yen is worth like
less than a penny, less than an American
much
penny,
much less than an American cent.
They weigh nothing here. Like there's no. Like these things weigh nothing. It's like it's less than paper.
Garbage.
Yeah,
like, it feels like a garbage.
I feel like they keep them in circulation because they know that people don't spend them, and it is just kind of a way for them to have money in circulation that's never going to be used. And
and like it's in like America or maybe in Canada too. I don't know. It's like Canada you don't have pennies anymore, right?
No, they got rid of them.
But, like, in America, like, you have, like, a penny thing, or, like, when you pay, like, you can take some if you need it, or if you get it as a change, you just leave it there for the next person who needs it, because it's so insignificant.
Yeah.
Japanese yen is less significant than that, but still we don't really have a lot of that. There's only one store, like one coffee shop that we go to that takes cash only that has that. So like I'm just thank God that they at least do that. But like it can't be in my wallet.
Yeah. KW, I watched a video where Japan recycles their 500 yen coins by melting it down and recreating new ones. Japan you don't find wrecked bills in Japan. Coins, you'll find old coins. But bills, they just... Man, if they get used once, the bank shreds them and they make new ones. Like, you will always find fresh bills here. The mint here is just... They are working. That is for sure.
Yeah. And I guess also 500 yen went through like so much things because like there was a lot of fakes. And I guess, they had to make it harder to fake them. I saw
on Canadian news that somebody was buying fake Toonies on like AliExpress.
Yeah, I think you told me about this.
I'm like, good God. Yeah, and like it was like I don't know, like they sold it as like prop money or something like that. I'm not really sure what they did, but like if you looked at it closely, like the queen's nose was like huge or like because I guess it's illegal, obviously, to make like
something that's so close.
Yeah, so you have to make it like prop money is legal because it's prop money. I don't know whatever they do to change it, but like it has significant differences. But obviously, to the untrained eye or like to the the person who's not very concentrating very much, I'm sure it could pass, right? So like especially with coins, like nobody thinks you're gonna counterfeit a coin, right?
Yeah, that's true. But like I mean, Toonies $2, so it's worth like because in America, like what's the biggest coin? It's like 25 cents, right? So like it's not worth it to do it. But like $2, especially $5, 500 yen is like $5. Like that's worth it. I think
that's true. Anyhow, Don't do bad things.
No.
Here, if this is you, stop it. Stop it. Don't go to jail for this. Not worth it.
Also, one more fun topic about Japanese yen.
Yes.
If you are traveling to Japan and getting cash, like exchanged at the airport or whatever, the chances are you're getting 2,000 yen bill.
Yeah.
But 2,000 yen bill is only used by people who are traveling to Japan. So like if you come across like any foreigners like that, or like if you're like in the store and you accept the 2,000 yen, you'll be like, oh, you're traveling. Like it's so like it's
you
a
do
dead
not
giveaway.
see them here.
Like if you live here, you really don't come across it.
Yeah. It's like the American $2 bill. Like they exist, but they're not really.
Right.
You know, they're not out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was such a flop.
The 2,000, it seems very useful.
Yeah, because you go from like 1,000 yen to 5,000. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a big jump.
Yeah. I agree. Chris Griffin writes, I've worked on film sets where the prop money is not given out until right before the scene is shot. When the scene is cut, they immediately collect it before they move too far.
They
before
can't be
people move too far.
responsible for
Yeah,
it,
yeah. I can imagine. You know, I just remember that scene in like Dark Knight where they have all the money on fire. It's a pretty cool scene. Okay, anyhow, money talk. So, with all that said, Tate and Yoko, available in Canadian dollars for Canadians.
Yes.
So, there you go. Corey writes, yeah, the only place I've ever received a $2 bill is from a stamp machine in the post offices. Here's a just one more funny money story, just because funny money story. I guess I forget what it was, but like it was a story in the States. The Mint wanted to promote like some new coins that they had coming out. I forget what it was exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so what they allowed people to do was to buy the money online. So if you wanted these coins, you could buy it on their website, and they would deliver it to you for free. So what some very smart people did was, oh, you're going to let me buy money with my credit card. So what did they do?
And only the value of the money.
Right. So there was no extra like fees or whatever. So they just bought tens of thousands of dollars worth of these coins, had it delivered to their home, racked up their credit card points, and then went to the bank and deposited the money. And I'm like, I don't see how they couldn't see that coming. And of course, the Mint is they're accruing all these credit card fees, because when they process a credit card transaction, that's a couple of % off of every transaction. Yeah. So you're just scraping the value of the money off.
And free shipping. Yeah. And shipping coin cannot be that cheap.
Especially if you're ordering like $20,000 worth of coins. Yeah. And so you've really diminished whatever project you were working on. Now, whoever was on that, I hope they got fired. I just really hope they fired.
I mean, you just cannot. But like, it has to go through from like an idea to be approved by like whoever who's at the top to like run this promotion. Yeah. Probably not at the top, but like somewhere above. Yeah.
David Dixon writes, the U.S. Mint tried to get people to use $1 coins. That's what it was.
$1 coin.
Yeah. They wanted them to use $1 coins. So yeah, people were just buying all these dollar coins.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, it makes sense. Like nowadays, like inflation, nobody cares about like even the 5 cent. Nickels.
The nickels.
Like it can, like it's just
right.
Not worth anything.
David Beatty writes to David Dixon, we always end up with US dollar coins at rest stops. Only places we've ever seen them. Yeah, I don't see them very often at all. I have some dollar coins, American dollar coins from the 1800s. They're in the closet somewhere. I don't know where they are, but we have some.
I have some old money.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. But that's about it. It's kind of a shame because that dollar. You know what I mean? Like I can imagine in the 1800s, that dollar meant like.
Much more than
it was just like, I'm the king of the castle right now with this dollar. Like, whereas nowadays it doesn't even get you a candy bar. Yeah. If you what you had to do to earn that dollar, you had to break your neck and sweat and everything.
But like when I was a kid, there were like I guess before I was conscious about things, like there were like a big bill change, right? Like the bill that was used for a long time changed to the new ones, and I grew up with the new ones. And when I was like still a child, like my grandparents are like, you keep these because this is gonna mean value a lot, because now that all the bills are being replaced, this is going to be so rare, and so like this is like whatever 1,000 yen or whatever, but it's going to be worth something. And they gave us like a set of old bills, and I was like so excited. It's like Pokemon cards, like this is going to be worth something like right away, and it's just like it never happened. I think it's still pretty abundant because everyone
held on to it. It's worth $11. David Dixon says Google says $1 in 1850 is the equivalent of $39 today. Gets you a pretty nice meal, I have to say. Back then.
Yeah, 39. Probably, like you can have like a nice steak meal at the hotel for two for. Yeah. Probably then, nice wine or whatever.
Yeah, Pedro, aren't candy bars like almost $2 now? I haven't bought a single candy bar in years. I bought some Milky Ways the other day. They were 79 yen.
Yeah.
Great deal. Japan, I have to say, they haven't been hit as hard.
Not as hard
as the West. So there's still, like, when you go to, like, they have, like, penny candy stores still, and, like, so there's certain...
They're not pennies.
They're not, like, they're like 15 yen. Yeah, like 10 cents. It's amazing. Corey writes, just read a GAO report that estimated making that change from $1 bills to $1 coins would have cost the U.S. government more than $600 million in material costs. Though, okay, I'm gonna rag on the government just for one thing, because it's other than denim, it's my favorite topic. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if the government can nobody can burn money like the government can burn money and make bad decisions.
I mean, they have almost no consequence.
And there's no consequences. Yeah, you can what they can do to your money in the name of you. Not only can they waste it, they can also spend money on investigating why and how it got wasted, and then have no consequences for any of that. If you were to do that at your company, whatever company you work for right now, if you had a budget to buy something and spent it over 10 times the amount, and then of course gave all the contracts to your friends, the police would be involved. But I guess when the police work for you, it doesn't happen that way. So anyhow, that's my little rant on our friends your good friends at the government. They're always there to help you.
David Dixon says jeans were $1.25 in 1880.
If you consider you can still get a pair of jeans for
like
that price. Like if you consider $39, $40, you can still get a pair of jeans for $39, $40
I sometimes see like a ad for Old Navy for like $29 jeans.
Yeah,
like,
you can get them even cheaper than back then.
Yeah,
and there were no regulations back then.
Yeah. So it's incredible.
Yeah. The Raven, government issued jeans. They would be the worst. Can you imagine?
But the thing is, like, Brandon's, father's company, grandfather started the worker company, and they do make things for the jail, like for the government, right? Like, so it's kind of like they're not the government, but the government outsourced the work to the company and making things, like sweatpants that I wear all the time.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair.
So it's I mean.
Yeah. Chris Griffin, government issued jeans would cost 4 times the price and arrive several weeks late. They might not even arrive. Okay, that's it. That's my little 2 cents here on why we love the government. Okay. Here in the States, a Snickers is like $1.50.
And $1.50 is like more than $2 Canadian.
Yeah, and yen, that same Snickers bar is like 100 yen.
100, maybe 120 yen.
Yeah, which is like
that
about
for a Snickers bar.
80 cents American.
Right.
Yeah. Same Snickers bar.
I don't know is it the same?
It is the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris Lauren writes, can we buy some prison jeans? There is a brand of jeans called Prison Blues.
Yeah.
And they are jeans that I think their slogan is made on the inside to be worn on the outside. And so it is a jean
made inside of a prison.
So prison workers making the jeans. Now, you have to consider the ethics of that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
I mean, there's different prison, different set of standards. Some prison are worse than the others.
Yeah.
But I mean, it also provides some sustainability of public places like jail. Although in places like America, because prisons are not necessarily public.
Right.
There's an ethics.
There's a whole. I'm not going to dive too deep into that debate. But
in Japan, prisons are fully public funded facilities, and they do make things I recently found out they make really high quality soap, apparently, like soap that you use to remove stains from clothing. And I hear some good things about it, and just this is interesting. It's contributing to the running the prison, so that the tax burden is a little bit lower. I would assume.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, and if they make good products, I would buy it.
Yeah.
And...
Junior writes, Prison Mike denim. If we were to do that office collab, you would better believe there would have been a Prison Mike denim. Yeah. Prison Mike, there would have been...
there would have been the
golden face.
Gold face, yeah, because that's kind of threat level midnight.
Threat level midnight denim. Prison Mike, what else would there have been? I don't know. At one point I had this whole thing planned out, but Prison Mike definitely would have been on there.
A sit on you jeans.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
What's his name? Clump.
Michael Clump.
Michael Clump? Something like that. Anyhow, the office jeans never came to fruition. Nick Carpenter, MIJ 13. Nick Carpenter, MIJ 13. Designer at Shot suggested that there is indigo in the dye as he saw a bluish hue. Anything to that? I don't think so. I don't think so.
But I mean, some black has a bluish hue. Like the blackest black sometimes have a glare of blue. So maybe that's what you're seeing.
Junior Creed denim. Pretzel Day Scratch and Sniff jeans, Shift Miggy writes. Chris writes, hanging purple bandana out the back pocket.
Prison Mike.
Prison Mike. Right. So let's talk about some previews, because it is definitely preview time. It is the preview time of the show. So we've got a couple things. Let's start off with this guy right here.
This is next week's release.
So next week's release, the Left Hand Twill Sky Blue Edition. So it's our classic Left Hand Twill denim, the 13.75 ounce. Obviously, Left Hand Twill construction. I was going to say dark indigo. So in my brain, you guys know the classic Left Hand Twill denim that we've been running for well over a decade now, maybe even approaching, I wouldn't say 15 years, but at least over a decade. One of our best-selling jeans at Naked and Famous. And recently we did a different iteration of this. We did a Broken Twill edition. The Blue Owl collaborations are often some variation of the Left Hand Twill as well. Like we did the Midnight edition. Yeah. So this is a denim base that everyone knows. It breaks in quite beautifully, and now we have it in this great summer blue color.
It does have that same crunchiness. Left hand Twill 13.75. It's not like that heavy, but left hand Twill definitely has like more of like a starchy, like like what do you call it? Like a
crispy
feel. Feel to it, and it definitely has that. But it will break in really nicely, and you start off with this light, sky blue shade of indigo, and you're gonna fade this in, some slight wear pattern.
Right, and it's gonna fade. Like, this is my pair of left-hand twills that I've faded, and obviously it is, because it started off very, very dark, you have a lot more contrast here. But with these, you may not have as much contrast, but you will have that lighter blue-looking denim, obviously a lot faster.
Yeah, that looks like super,
super worn in.
Vintage kind of jeans look a lot quicker.
Yeah, so you can expect beautiful fading results from these. Now, mind you, my jeans have been beautifully customized by the wonderful Risa here with some of my favorite... if you
movie reference.
Yeah, maybe you guys will know what this is from. But a beautiful fading fabric, a very, very comfortable fabric as well. Breaks in great. Mine have been worn to shreds. I do need to patch these up. I haven't worn these in a long time because there's a little bit of air conditioning going on right here. And society-wise, not...
Well, also,
not
like, in
acceptable.
the winter, you cannot wear those jeans because it's like not wearing jeans at all.
That's it. Yeah. It's like wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Let's see who gets that reference. Anyways, those need to be patched up. But a fantastic fabric that I've enjoyed thoroughly, and I'm very excited for this light blue edition. We always do well with these summery blues in the spring summertime, and I'm happy to make it available now in one of our best-selling fabrics. So
let's compare it to another light blue.
Yeah, so the Ocean's Edge is another lighter blue option. It is more the green cast tone. If you remember jeans like the vintage cast denim or our like original vintage blue, it is in that realm. And so it's kind of got this aquamarine type of color. And yeah, you can see that they are both quite different. And this has the fabric rinse done to it, which gives it a very, very nice texture. Now, what we did with this denim was after it was woven, it went through sanforization, but we didn't singe it. So it actually ends up being a very hairy denim. So there's even more texture to this, which I like. I like a hairy denim. I don't know why. It looks fascinating. It might not be immediately hard to see. I tried taking macro photography of this the other day, and it was very hard to capture. But when you get this and you see it yourself, you'll see that there's like this, like it's
fuzzy
like a
layer,
like a misty fuzz on top. Misty. And it makes for a very, very neat texture, and of course, it is comfortable to wear while still being dense. So it has the heft of a raw denim, but it has the plumpness of a rinsed denim, which I really like. So
and bonus, cute little yellow Selvedge.
Golden
really
Selvedge
like
ID here.
Yeah, like orangish yellow.
So 2 summery options coming soon. Release date for this is going to be in April. I don't have the exact date set yet, but it's going to be for April. And then the Left Hand Tool Sky Blue edition is going to be coming out this coming Friday, March 8th. So that's a summer option for you. And sometimes we do these light blues and they're like in the 10, 11 ounce realm. This is in the 13.75, so mid-weight realm. And I think, you're going to be able to wear this all throughout the spring, summer. And I think this color may be not the most fall-y. Yeah. But once it's faded and you have that kind of vintage look to it, then it becomes more all year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's just my 2 cents on those. KW writes, the Bahzad Special 2.0.
What would a 2.0 be?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe like a...
Just the waistband.
Long jeans, but with holes everywhere?
No. I got it. Bahzad Special 2.0 is the opposite. So.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Right. So.
What do you call those?
Chaps.
Chaps. Yeah.
There'll be denim chaps. Yeah. So the crotch will be cut out for you. And then you'll just have the legs.
But it needs to be like connected.
Yeah.
To the
It'd be connected to the waistband, like
so
through the side here.
Like a window.
Yeah. You have a window into your soul, so to speak. So if you do order the Bahzad Special 2.0, that's what you're gonna get. If you get the Bahzad Special. For those people who don't know, every now and then I will remind you that the Bahzad Special is available at Tate and Yoko as a custom option. We hem jeans to any inseam, but if you specifically order the Bahzad Special, we are going to hem those jeans all the way up until the front pocket bags are showing. The back is removed only to leave the center back stitching here. So that is going to enter your booty crease. Your booty will be fully exposed for the glory of the world, I guess. And the front will hopefully keep anything illegal to publicly display.
Right. But
kept quiet.
Right.
Right. You have to be careful of droppage though, because
there's not much coverage.
There's very little coverage. So make sure that you're wearing the appropriate undergarment to keep everything legal.
If you're gonna wear it outside, if
Yeah.
you're just wearing it in your home, you can do
whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you do in the privacy of your own home, I wholeheartedly bless you and support you in your choices. But out in public, let's keep it classy, right? If you're gonna wear these in public, just keep it classy.
Don't like assault people.
Yeah, and stay far away from parks and schools. Okay, I'm not going to be responsible for you. In fact, I will call Chris Hansen if that is you. But the Bahzad Special 2.0, yeah, we'll cover your legs up, and then you supply the rest to cover it up.
So if it's an opposite, like you have it here. You have it here.
No, it's just going to be cut out. It's just going to be legs.
Oh,
it's just going to be legs, right? So a chaps version. So
we gotta make a sample so people can.
Yeah, so you guys can see.
Yeah.
So whatever and Spencer's mustache, right, must be worn with Wesco boots. Yeah, it is preferred that you wear like some hardcore work boots with it. And if you work at a steel mill, then even better. This is definitely for those steel mill workers. Again, Simpsons reference, if you know what I mean. I think I didn't even have to say it. It goes without saying. So there you have it. My Bahzad Special is coming up on 1 year old. Chris Griffin. Well, I'm glad. There you go.
All right.
I hope that you are getting a lot of joy from them.
I wonder how many we have gotten.
Yeah,
just one?
Yeah. Maybe just one. No, there's a lot. There's bestseller. Totally. I mean, 1 in 3 jeans probably goes out with the Bahzad Special. Definitely big demand. Kenny Ingram, have a seat right over there. Yeah. Like I said, stay away from playgrounds and schools, or else we're gonna do the Chris Hansen collaboration. We're gonna give him a call. Topher Cobra, for April Fool's Day, it would be funny to make a new release type of video announcing the Bahzad Special as a new fit option. I think if we did it like semi-seriously, somebody might call Chris Hansen on us. And yeah.
No.
I'm good. There you go. Daniel writes, why don't you do many strong guy fitting jeans? Well, we do. We just added the natural indigo. We'll probably add a few more. Somebody's asking if the Shinigami is going to be available, and that's going to be the re-release of the Akuma and Trunks denim. That's going to be in a strong guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have the Dia de los Muertos coming in the fall as well as another strong guy option. So there are going to be more strong guy options.
I think the Fox, do we make strong guy?
I have to double check on that. But there will be a little bit more. And now it is still a growing demographic of our audience, so that's why you're not seeing a full-on, like, you know, big release like True Guy. But I don't personally, and as far as like the sales are concerned, I don't see it happening as like a full-blown, like, everything kind of release. I find that the current gen of strong guy customers tend to be somewhat of a trendier customer base, which happens to be a little bit more transient. They come in for the trend, and then they might be off to something else in a little while. So we definitely have those guys. And then maybe the people who come in from that, they might ease up because it is, you know, a trendier fit. They might ease up and then find themselves in True Guy land later on. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We're still watching the way, you know, the market's working right now. Nothing is set in stone, but we move with the groove. As Jeremy Ditson writes, we need more groovy guys. Okay, we'll make some more groovy guys. Okay, guys, we've got perhaps the most caloric, lot of calories.
Oh, yeah.
The highest caloric snack time.
It is exciting, I have to say.
This is crazy. We saw this, and it honestly sounds pretty gross.
Are we doing two?
Just the one. We'll do the one. And we had to buy it. We had to buy it just for this. We bought it specifically for this because otherwise I wouldn't have touched this with a 60-foot pole. But we're gonna try it out just for you guys, and we're gonna increase our sugar level. I don't know, all the bad things that you can do with junk food are about to happen to us all at one time right now. So I hope you guys are excited for it.
You know, like, sometimes the snack time gets a little
wild.
Little boring. But,
oh, Risa says sometimes the snack times get a little boring.
But this one,
no,
excited.
I think I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed this little guy right here, but I bought a new toaster. That's my new toaster. It toasts one piece of bread at a time. I'm very impressed by it. It's a Mitsubishi toaster that is specifically designed to make the perfect toast. And it toasts one piece of bread. It's a giant chungus of a machine, and it does a wonderful job. It's my new pride and joy.
Brought out a Mexico.
Oh, Risa's making it fancy.
Yeah.
Risa's making it fancy
because today we got butter and milk.
Yeah,
it's not buttermilk.
Yeah.
It's butter
and milk. So if you thought chocolate milk was like the not healthy way to drink milk, well, these people just decided to liquefy some butter and combine it with milk.
But it's grass-fed butter.
It is grass-fed butter, so it's the best kind. So, yeah, I was shocked to see this.
I think this is going to be very sweet. But imagine if it was just butter and milk and it was like salty and milky. That would be great. I don't know. We're going to find out. Yeah. I should probably shake it up a bit.
It is butter and milk.
It just looks like banana milk. You know, it's just like yellow.
The packaging is just also so obvious where it's just like, yeah, it's butter and milk. We just threw some butter and some milk, mixed it up, and here you go. We're about to enjoy this.
Just so you know, it is 51 calories per 100 ml. Can you open it?
That's more than a Coca-Cola.
It is
a lot more than a Coca-Cola.
I'm sure it's also fatty a little too.
Yeah.
This is my favorite vintage find ever. This was at what do you call it?
It was a Goodwill.
Goodwill.
No, I think it was Salvation Army.
Salvation Army, one of those. Yeah. And it was like $1 a pop, and I just find this glass to be so nice.
Somebody asked what the ingredients are.
Let's see.
Risa's gonna have to read that because I am illiterate.
Sugar.
Okay.
Milk.
Yeah.
I don't know what this word. It's like some kind of like powdered milk kind of thing. Okay. Dextrin.
Okay.
Coconut oil, butter powder, salt.
All right. So maybe no real milk. Butter powder. I guess that comes from butter.
No, milk is in here.
Oh.
It says milk. But butter as in like, but the only mention of butter is butter powder.
Okay. Junior writes, I bet it's keto. I have some Japanese banana sodas at home. Haven't tried them yet. Whip them out. Let's do a snack time together. I'm guessing a gross rating and a face to match. Let's find out.
I don't know if it will be gross.
This might just be very sweet.
Yeah.
It smells very dairy-like.
Ugh, gross a little.
It does not smell good. It smells like artificial butter.
It smells like milky. That milk candy.
Yeah, with... Oh, God, this is going to be not good.
I think it's gross. I think it's... okay.
Oh, it smells terrible.
Don't stop smell it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's...
Oh.
You know those butter candies? Like...
No, it doesn't... It is bad. It is...
It is like a rotten version of that.
Whomever... Because, look, this product made it to market. Look, I get it that sometimes bad ideas occur and you got to work your way through bad ideas. But somebody was like, guys, we're going to sell some of these. Even if they thought they were going to sell some of these to people like us who are, like, going to just try it. Mm-hmm. Ugh. It's like... I mean, I guess they sold us one.
BD called it.
Yeah.
BD says, before we tried it, I'm guessing a gross rating and a face to match.
I'm not even going for the second sip. Usually I will try...
Yeah.
No, that is disgusting. That is a 0.1 on the drink scale.
Yeah.
I'm
going to give it a negative.
Yeah, you can't give it a negative
because it exists.
Exists, yeah. A 0 is if it doesn't exist. A 0.1 is as low as it can go.
Yeah, and it's not poisonous.
Yeah.
It's a real drink.
It's a real drink.
Imagine, like, buying this thinking, like, oh, it's going to be, like, delicious. And having all this amount left.
Yeah.
Ugh. Good.
Ooh, is it buttermilk the same used for cooking? No, it is not the same as that. This is butter flavored milk with butter additive of some sort.
And it's got like it's not like rotten, but it's got that like worst part
that
of
kind
like,
of sour dairy smell. Like you ever been to like
like when it's like too much.
You know when you open the dairy fridge and it kind of has that smell in there? That's what this tastes like. Yeah. That's what this tastes like.
Too intense.
Ugh, awful. Ugh. Awful, guys.
Would not recommend.
Yeah, avoid at all costs. Okay, well, BD writes second sip for a like. No. You guys should just like the video. Anyways, for our sacrifice.
I was so excited about this.
I thought it would maybe taste like candy.
Yes. And to be fair, it has the potential to taste like candy. It's almost there. If it didn't have that grossness, I don't know how the grossness got added, but if it wasn't for the grossness, it would just been like a very sweet, milky drink, which could exist. It's like if you melt that butter candy, it would have been fine. But no.
Yeah, I thought it was going to taste like ice cream. Yeah, use it for eggnog. No, eggnog is infinitely better than this. Infinitely better. Eggnog is great. I like eggnog.
I don't think I've actually ever had an eggnog.
Oh, we got to get you some.
I don't like
they don't sell it here.
Though.
It is a very eggy drink.
Yeah, I don't like eggs.
So what was the other one you thought about bringing out?
Well, maybe next week.
Yeah, next week we'll bring it out. But it is...
It's a drink, and it's related, but not the same.
Yeah.
I have high hopes.
It's made by the same company.
Yeah. So
and it is a milk-based drink.
Yeah.
But Anyhow, you got to tune in next week to find out. We're leaving you on a cliffhanger because we will have another drink challenge here on the Naked and Famous Denim live stream, the greatest live stream in the history of all live streams, where we talk about nothing but raw denim and raw denim related topics and nothing more. And so, with all that said, we're going to wrap things up right here. But before we do that, we're just going to ask you kindly and nicely, because you guys are such wonderful people, to hit the like button on your way out. So hit that like button, share your appreciation with us, and we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for the Naked Famous Denim live stream right here on YouTube. So, with that said, have a nice weekend. Do something nice for yourself. These are all my catchphrases. And do something nice for somebody else. And we'll see you guys next time.
Have a nice weekend.
See you later. Bye, guys.